Lisa Falcone. I am the marketing manager at Bedrock Data. Joining me is Andrew Emmons, account executive at Bedrock Data. Excuse me. So businesses today have, a lot of softwares that they're running on. Again, whether it's CRM, finance, sales reps, marketing. So the problem is that a lot of these systems weren't built to communicate with each other. And thus their data is all stuck in these silos, and essentially they exist as disparate business systems in your business. So they're stuck in silos, not able to communicate. Currently, the way that businesses are trying to solve this problem, are either by manually importing and exporting data between their systems, or seeking out a data integration by employing an in-house or contract development team to code a custom integration. Alternatively, they are spending a lot of money on a big legacy tool, IBM, those large guys. So the team at Bedrock Data asked, what if there was a tool that was easy enough for business users to use to integrate their own business data and be able to sync data across multiple softwares or apps that their business uses. So I'm going to jump right into the product. So the first step here is our dashboard of the V2. Going over to connectors here, these are some of the systems that you can see that we work with. Constant Contact, GoToWebinar, Eventbrite, Sugar CRM, Zoho, et cetera. The list goes on. Lots of businesses use, again, a lot of software. So I've already got us started with by installing two different softwares, and we're going to set up a data integration between those softwares, starting with Hubspot. So the purpose of an API key is to essentially allow your system to export the data from the system. So quite simply, we could save, and of course, as you're going through this process, it's pretty straightforward. You can reference the help area, but I've gone ahead and done it for us. So we can save that. Again, I've also authorized Zoho to export data from the Zoho system as well. So we have those two systems authorized to set up, to sync data between the two of them. So now that we have the two systems, we can map what we call mapping. We can map our fields, fun stuff. So what this does is essentially, you can choose the type of records, of data records you want to sync in between your two systems. And keep in mind, this is an example between two softwares, but you can really integrate data between 3, 4, or plus business softwares, apps, whatever. So we're gonna, for purposes of time in this presentation, we can go ahead and save this.
It's going. Wheeler's done.
So we're going to create what's called a mapping, and we're going to use this to determine how we're going to map the data between our two systems. In being conscious of time, again, we probably can't go there. Yes? No? So what's going to happen is we're going to, when we save this, there's a great tool that can, what we call auto map your fields. So this allows your data, here we go, auto-generate field mappings. And what was once a very timely and consuming manual process is now very easy. So all of this data in Zoho and all of this data in Hubspot can now be synced. First name, last name, annual revenue, industry, phone number. Your teams are no longer manually importing and exporting their data. We've given you the ability to auto-generate these field mappings, and you can also create custom fields as well. Real quick, workflows. Not only can you determine what data you'll be syncing, but how you'll be syncing this. I compare it to sort of a, you have a certain criteria in which you determine how your business will sync together. I used a very simple example, 10 seconds. So the data coming from Zoho essentially, if any Zoho lead where lead status contains new, if that is true, then the data will sync from Zoho to HubSpot. Can you explain that in layman terms, Andrew?
Yeah, sure. So
Yes,
like a specific use case there that we see a lot of, pop up here, sorry.
Yeah.
Is let's say you have HubSpot, right? And you're getting all sorts of leads coming into HubSpot, and you're saying, okay, well, this is great. Not all of these are marketing qualified leads. Maybe you want to sort them by lead score. And you want to say, okay, we only want to bring these leads to our sales reps if they're qualified leads or if their lead score is, say, 100 or above. This is where you can create a workflow and say, all right, only send leads from HubSpot into our CRM or from whatever marketing software into our CRM if they fit this criteria. If they are a marketing qualified lead, or if they are an existing customer or a sales qualified lead. So that's how you sort of use that, and that's a popular workflow that we see a lot of people setting up.
So in short, no longer is your business data stuck in disparate business systems. Now, using Bedrock data, you can integrate all of your business systems together, automating your systems, and the data can communicate bidirectionally, like a hub and spoke model. So again, the data can flow back and forth, saving time, money, it's good stuff like that. And then last step, we turn the sync on, and then you can watch the data flow. So we're going to go on to questions if anyone has them. Perhaps around use cases. I feel like I didn't explain.
So I can understand you linking the data and all that stuff. So how do I manage to read the data from two different pieces of software on the same screen? So I mean, I got some things I like in Zoho, some things I like in the other one. How do I read them both?
Yeah, so the trick here is essentially leveraging, say you have a system like HubSpot, some great HubSpot intelligence that you wouldn't get from your CRM, in your CRM, and making sure you get some of that intel in your sales rep's hands, right? So what that's going to look like is native to whatever that system is. So if you're in Zoho, for example, it's just going to be a text field in Zoho, and you're going to choose what data to bring out of other systems. So for like a marketing automation system, you could bring out some email analytics, right? Say, okay, well, for this specific lead, John Doe, what emails has he opened from HubSpot? What emails has he clicked into? What web pages has he visited? What's his average duration length on your site in general? So really any information you can get in one system, you can bring out and just put it in a field-based format in another system.
To expand on that use case, what if you wanted to bring the data from CRM to close the loop back to HubSpot, saying this lead closed?
Right, and that's sort of the forgotten aspect of this, right? People think, oh, no brainer, of course I want my marketing automation information to get into our CRM. The other side of that is you can create far more effective and targeted marketing campaigns if you're bringing some of that information out of your CRM. And one good one is to close that loop, right? So for a system like HubSpot, you have lifecycle stage. You can say, all right, well, if we close this opportunity in Zoho or in Salesforce, let's have that trigger lifecycle stage to customer in HubSpot. And then further, you can take, if your sales rep has tagged a lead as something, or if your sales rep has said, okay, exclude from marketing, we can bring that information back into your marketing automation system and then market to them accordingly, or if they've excluded themselves from marketing, don't market to them accordingly.
What's your business model?
What's our business model? So, for us internally, where we see growth is really saying, okay, working with these users and saying, okay, if you're going to go to HubSpot, right, and you're going to buy HubSpot, let's say you have Zoho CRM. Are you going to buy HubSpot if it's not going to work with the CRM? Maybe, maybe not. It's probably a harder deal for HubSpot to close, right? So where Bedrock comes in is we say, don't have that integration objection, right? And don't say no to closing deals because someone's not using Salesforce and doesn't have that pretty native integration with HubSpot. Go ahead and leverage Bedrock data to help yourself close that deal, and then also help your prospect and your, hopefully, customer have a closed-loop business system, right? And have really an all-encompassing bi-directional integration that's going to help them perform what should be fairly routine tasks in terms of getting leads from your marketing automation in front of your sales reps with some good information to help them be more effective. And then on top of that, we do sort of a lot of B2C, working with individuals and inbound leads.
So is it subscription?
Yeah. So it's subscription based. It's a SaaS program. no, sort of the unique thing here is that there's no one-time setup fee, right? Like a lot of the integration systems are going to say, okay, great, it's going to be like a $2,000 services cost for us to come and set up this integration, and then anytime that you have a question or a problem after that, we're going to have to come either back on site, or we're going to have to do like a long sort of meeting here, and we're probably going to charge you for that as well. With Bedrock, it's a self-service system, so we're certainly here to help you if you have questions, but ideally it's something where, you know, if you want to change a field mapping, if you want to add a system, you can do it all on your own. So it's just that monthly fee.
All right. Last question.
Last question.
Sorry, what if I actually had a system that I would want to be present on the integrations, and just you know, side question, do you allow for any kind of webhooks to be invoked whenever data runs at your system?
Yeah, so we do work with webhooks. Some systems don't allow you, they don't have like a last modified function. So when we're trying to scroll through the APIs, we can't see actually when a change has been made. And that's a situation that we use webhooks, and we can support that. If you have a system that you don't see up there, we don't do sort of custom build outs. The way we assess that is this system something that we can sell again and again and again, right? How big is their user base? What is the average lifetime value of their customer? Certainly, if you have something in mind, we're always happy to hear that. That's how we sort of create these lists of, okay, 75% of our company's engineers just building these connectors out. We try to build out 6 to 8 a month. And we need to generate those ideas somewhere. We sort of have a loose idea of what systems people want, but certainly taking input from prospects is high on our priority.
All right. Thank you, Bedrock Data.